Hello, Lance. Okay, sorry about that. Hey, how you doing, man? All right, I've got your work up here. So one thing I noticed is there's really no description here of your intent. And the first couple of posts, I kind of in my critiques, I said, hey, listen, this is kind of important for you to know as a designer. And a lot of students kind of followed suit. But what I'm after is this, Lance, is that when you're a designer, your intent is very important. It's important for you to understand um, the importance of I should rephrase it. It's critically important to understand the relevance of describing your intent when you show your work for approval. And the reason I say that is because in your intent, I mean, there's a lot of things that I would like to ask questions about. Okay, so when you present a work for presentation, all of these questions should be answered. For example, why did you use this typeface? Right? Why did you use this layout? What is this representative of this repeating pattern? Um, and so on and so forth. Why did you use gray? Why does this have a gradient? So all of these things should really be discussed if they're not apparent, I mean, immediately apparent, which are not here. So just food for thought there. I just want you to understand the importance of describing your intent as a designer, describing your methodology, your conceptual development, and your intent. Okay, because if you don't, pieces could get rejected that otherwise have strong concept, but were not verbalized or not expressed. You see what I'm saying? Okay, enough of that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the work. So, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think this is your best work. I really don't. There's a couple of problems here, and I don't mean to sound discouraging, Lance, at all. I mean, I've been honest with you and all students for the entire class, and I just think it's really important for you to understand. I'm not being discouraging. I'm just trying to be as honest as I can. I do not think that this is your best work for a couple of reasons. The main thing is it's just not. Is this visually compelling? I mean, is this something that you would look at and be honest with yourself? That's what a great attribute of a designer is, to be able to look at your own work and say, hey, if this wasn't my work, would I want to look at this? Would I be drawn into it? Okay. And I'm not real sure if the answer here is yes. So let me describe what I'm seeing. Okay. Number one, I'm seeing graphing pencil revolution. This isn't giving me a whole lot of information here. So if we go over to the course assignment, we can see this page right here. Where is it? Right here. Optional, if you wish to use the main subject associated with Nobel laureate on the front of the poster, so long as the person's name appears on the typographic hierarchy for the front. Okay, so and this is an example right here. Insulin, but it's got the name of the people who invented insulin right there. Right now, yours has graphene. It just says pencil revolution, but we don't know who so we're missing a requirement here. Okay, now this concept right here, I'm not real sure what that is. Is that like the chemical formula? I mean, not formula, but I'm just not real sure what this is. Okay, so my recommendation again, and let's say this has something to do with the chemical molecular structure of graphene, right? That's good. That's a good concept. Working it into the P is very, very interesting. However, I wouldn't repeat this because now you're creating meaning using illustration and not pure typography. So my recommendation is to keep that molecular structure there, or I'm not sure what that is, but keep that as the P right there. That's an interesting concept right there. But the only thing is these little kind of areas. I'm not sure if this is the best typeface to use if you're going to adjust the P accordingly. And the reason I say that is because of these kind of weird, like, it's just kind of incongruent. You see what I'm saying? Because right now you've got these little nods, these little nodes here on the P, but we also have little nodes here, here, here. And the serifs in this typeface are such that we have these, and I understand what you're doing. You're trying to pick a typeface where it looks natural, right? And that's a really good thought process. However, I think that this fits in to the point where it's reducing the impact of the P here. So we want the viewer to see that little structure in the P because that's going to be your conceptual repetition, right? Once we get rid of those. So I would choose a different typeface. Pretty good job. A little loose through here with your kerning, but it looks like, and even maybe loose through here. So watch your kerning for graphene. Pencil revolution, don't forget we need the names. Right now, this area right here seems really super cluttered. You might consider moving your names over to this side and left aligning, or just work it out. I think that there's going to be a fair amount of recomposing here anyways. So really, really think about this. Now, I know that you've looked at the video, but I just want to mention the importance of taking a look at this video again. There you are. Where did you go? There you are. Looks like you looked at this back on June 6th, and that's important. Look at it again. And guess what? Look at it again after that and review it a couple of times. I've been telling students this in the forum. I've been saying, take some time, set yourself a couple of hours, pour yourself a nice cup of coffee, sit down with this announcement and hammer through it. Read through it a couple of times and definitely watch this video and follow along with the examples. I think this will really, really drive things home for you. So watch it. And then when you're done, if you have to watch it again, do it. But there's some super important principles in there. I think that's going to shed a high level of clarity on the assignment itself. It's a good start, don't get me wrong. And as I said, the last thing I want you to do is think I'm being discouraging here. I am not. I'm just trying to be as honest and telling you exactly, as a professional graphic designer, what I'm seeing. Okay, so let's go ahead and keep on working. Keep on working. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. I typically stay away from the studio on Saturdays. But you know me, I'm a click away. So you have any questions, or if I can provide any clarification, just let me know and I'm right on it. All right, Lance. Okay, good job. Good start. Let's take it from here. And of course, any questions at all, let me know. Thanks, man.